All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that is laboring in his word and true sincerity. Okay, Lord willing, this video can be edifying, and I'm entitled it, Know Who Your True Family Is, or somewhere, around that. I think of it after the video. But I wanted to, live stream, at a like how Apostle Ramlab do, how he be like in the open field or he had the waters in the background. A lot of brothers do that. And Lord willing, I could, start doing that. But things came up, so I ain't have the vehicle, and I wanted to go ahead and get this video out. But pretty much I'm gonna further expound on that title because it's important to know who your true family is. Okay, which let me go ahead and read this real quick. This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 17. It says, honor all men, love the brotherhood, fear the Most High, honor the King. And what I really want to focus on is when it said love the brotherhood, but who is the brotherhood? Okay, and I'm gonna get where Yahweh Shah said who the brotherhood is. He pretty much said it. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 46. While he had talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. Then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. So that's who our family is, the brothers in this truth. And your immediate family as well, which is, your woman and your children. But, your cousin, your grandma, your uncles, those are not your family, man. Those are not your family. And which I'm gonna get in this video, they're gonna betray, which a lot of them, they switched up when they found out that we were in the truth anyway, which made it easier to cut them off. But if you still thinking that you cool with some of your family members that's in the world, hey man, you got another thing coming, because they're not involved in what we're involved in. They don't understand why the destruction and the persecution is coming. They're just going to be fearful of their life. And a lot of them is going to, be snitching on brothers, man, trying to set brothers up. That's why, it's best to, if you deal with them, just deal with them from a distance or cut them off altogether. Now, of course, like the apostles going to, your mom, your pops, it ain't, nothing wrong with dealing with them, because that is your, your parents. But even then, you got to be at a distance with them too, because they not in the truth. The ones that's your like, I'm gonna read it again, verse 49. And he stretched forth his hand toward his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Okay, so that's the, once again, that's the true family, man. The brothers in this truth, the brothers that's in this truth sincerely, because you have agents, and guys that's not really serious about this. You have niggas that claim they in the truth. All right. But, I mentioned earlier that also your woman, even if your woman is an unbeliever, because when shit go down, she'll believe. She'll believe. And I'm going to go ahead and get that, because I've heard the apostles, speak on other accounts that say you got to have a sister. You got to have a woman that knows she's an Israelite. And like, I've never dealt with that, but from what I've heard from brothers that experienced that, that's the worst kind of woman you could get, man. And they be the proudest bitches. And I've actually seen, nigga bitches walk by the camp and they know they Israelites and they still dress like sluts and shit, man. You know. But anyway, just to prove the point, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 13. I'm going to read 13 on down. It says, "And a woman which have an husband that believeth not, and if he be pleased to dwell with her, let her not leave him." So even if a woman believes but her husband don't, she still ain't supposed to just leave him and get with a brother in the truth. That's adultery. You know, that's adultery, man. The only way she could leave him is if he was put to death. That's the only way. But verse 14, it says, "For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife." You see that? And hold on. No, I skipped verse 12. Let me read verse 12, because this is really what I wanted to get. It says, "But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother have a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away." So if you got a woman that don't believe, but she understands that you doing the work, you know, she knows you in the truth, and she's happy being with you, you ain't supposed to put her away. Which is going to further expound. Let me jump back to verse 14. It says, "For the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the wife, and the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the husband. Else were your children unclean, but now are they holy." You see that? So if you have an unbelieving wife, but you believe, you know, you doing the work, the Lord will still have mercy on your house, on your woman, on your woman and your kids. You know, scriptures speak about the women being delivered through, you know, childbearing, you know, and it says that if we continue in the faith, they shall be saved. Which, let me get that. I think that's 2 Timothy, the 1st chapter, I think, or 1 Timothy, the 2nd chapter. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I know it's in Timothy. Yep, here we go. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, which if you read before this is going, well, let me start at verse 11, just so you know, get the point. It says, "Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed in Eve, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety." So once again, you know, just to prove the point, you know, the Lord can still have mercy on our women and our children, long as, you know, we, you know, if we're part of the elect, which, you know, I hope, you know, Lord willing, we are. But if you have a woman that don't believe, because women are carnal, they're not going to believe until they see it anyway. You know, that's just the way that they were set up. The Most High didn't give women wisdom. Okay? So your woman might not believe now, but but best believe when shit go down and you have the answers, you know, she's going to be all ears. And then the Lord, he's going to make it known who his men are. So, hey, man, your woman going to be with it in that day. Now, I'm not saying that that's a guarantee, because the scriptures do speak about Lot's wife, how Lot's wife, you know, looked back. Pretty much she was comfortable and she was destroyed. And, you know, a lot of our women could be Lot's wife. When they make this RFID chip mandatory, which is the mark of the beast, a lot of our women, you know, they might see our kids crying. You know, they may be hungry. So they may, you know, get that chip. But we got to be bold through the spirit and forsake them. You know, which, they, you know, some of us brothers, that may be our lot. But then on the balance side, also, you know, our woman could be delivered. You know, if we are, you know, Lord's will, men of the Lord. So, you know, just wanted to expound on that. But going back to what I said earlier, man, you know, it's not wise to be, you know, buddy. Now, if you are, you know, because man's goings of the Lord, if you are, you know, say if you are cool with, a member in your family. They may not be fully, they may, of course, they're in the world, but they may not be like the rest of these niggas. They could be 1/3. You know, like if you feel like, like if you really cool with, it's just really rare because once again, the only family is the brothers in these in this truth. But if you are a brother that's kicking it with your cousin or whatever, and he knows what you're involved in, he knows that you in this truth, hey, he may be a 1/3. Because a lot of times, even if you want to hang out with family members, if they know you in the truth, they gonna hate you. They're gonna hate you, man. They're not gonna want to be around you, and they're gonna talk shit about you. So just wanted to say that. But this is Luke 21:16. It says, "And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death." You see that? And it says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake." So Yahweh Shah, he pretty much put us on game, man. He told us everything. He said, look, some of y'all, you're gonna be betrayed by family members. And that's why it's wise to really, be at a distance, with relatives in the world, man, because they're in the world. They're not in this truth. And they will plot on you, man. They'll plot on your woman, because they're in the world, man. Okay? And that's why Yahweh Shah said this, because, hey, they're going to turn on us when shit go down, man. Your mom, your dad, when Esau put them guns on them, when Esau be like, where are these men at? If you tell us, we'll spare you. They're going to sell us out, man. Everybody's going to be against us in that day. And it tells you in the Apocrypha, which let me go ahead and get it. A great insurrection. Where's it at? I think that's 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. Yep. This 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 70, it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." And insurrection means a violent uprising. We're going to be deemed as terrorists. There's going to be wanted signs with our faces on it. We're going to be on the news, man. Esau is going to demonize us, and Yahweh Shah told us that. He said, they have persecuted me, they will persecute you also, for the servant is not greater than his Lord. So when this insurrection come, do you think your worldly family is going to have your back and be with you? They're going to be against you, man. They're going to be against us. And Thawada Yahweh Shim Yahweh Shah, that he separated, me and my brother from our family, man, because our family is pretty much a majority of our family that we grew up with, they in a whole different state than the state that we live in now. So the Lord really made it, easy for us to cut them off, But when this time come, man, going back to Luke 21:16, "And ye shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolk and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death." And that's going to happen when that insurrection come, when that persecution come, when we're demonized. The only brothers you can trust is the ones in the truth, the sincere brothers. Those are the ones that's not going to snitch on you, that's not going to sell you out, that's not going to betray you. Now, you have some, men that claim they're in the truth, that when shit go down, they're going to fold. They're going to sell out. They're going to snitch. Which, let me look up that word betrayed real quick. And ye shall be betrayed. Let's see. It says paradidomai, if I said it right. I could play it. But it says to give into the hands of another, to give over into one's power or use, to deliver to one something to keep, use, take care of, manage, to deliver up one to custody, to be judged, condemned, punished, scourged, tormented, put to death. You see that? That's what, our so-called relatives, worldly relatives, they're going to do when shit hits the fan, man. They're going to try to turn us in, you know, and have us, punished and scourged, man, and put to death. And Esau is going to come down. He's going to come and he's going to threaten. He's going to threaten them. He's going to be like, look, like I said earlier, we'll spare you and your family if you could tell us what you know about these men. If you could tell us where these men are, give them rewards, give them extra money on their chip or whatever. Because best believe Esau is going to come down hard on us, man. He's going to come down hard. Okay. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And this is coming to pass, man. Esau is getting ready to demonize us on a global scale. He's going to put us all over the media, man, in a bad light. Okay, in a bad light, man. Which we don't have anything to fear. Lord willing, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is with us. He's going to deliver us. But some of us will be locked up and go to these FEMA camps. It tells you that in Revelation, the 2nd chapter. And a lot of us will get in those predicaments by worldly family members. By getting betrayed, by being, snitched on, man. A lot of us, that's how we will end up in those concentration camps, by getting snitched on. But that's why it's important to know who the true family is, man. This is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So you may think that, you cool with your family, your immediate family now, if you are, dealing with them. But best believe it's going to come a time where when all hell break loose, all that shit is going to be out the window. All that, remember we was drinking together, we was chilling, we all that is going to be out the window, man. And that's why it's important to know, and I keep saying it, because that's the vibration that I'm pushing in this video. It's important to know who your family is, man. Okay? So with that, Lord willing, this video was edifying. And until next time, Shalom.